vegetable oil was never meant to enter your kitchen. It came from a plant that was used to make cotton clothes. The seeds, however, were industrial leftovers until Procter & Gamble found a way to turn it into cooking fat. They called it Crisco, and they marketed it as a cleaner and purer version of butter and lard. But there was one problem. People already trusted butter and animal fat because, after all, that's what they'd always been consuming. So the trust had to be engineered. In the 1940s, Procter & Gamble funded major campaigns with the American Heart Association, bringing heart health into the mainstream. And slowly the story changed. The fat from butter became the villain. Ansel Keys showed that countries eating more saturated fat had more heart attacks. But critics argued that he actually had data from 22 countries and just cherry-picked information to fit his narrative. So the researchers tried to test this. Between 1968 and 1973, they ran the Minnesota coronary experiment where they replaced butter with corn oil. And the cholesterol dropped exactly as expected. But the people didn't really live any longer. These results were so controversial that most of the data was not even published for until 40 years later. But by then, none of this mattered. Vegetable oils had already taken over and a completely new category was born. And here's what most people don't realize. Vegetable oils don't necessarily come from vegetables like the way you think. It often just means a highly processed version of industrial oils with a fancy name. Now, this video isn't to say that vegetable oils are bad and you should stop consuming them. In fact, they do reduce cholesterol levels. But if you eat a lot of fried food and heat the oil up to a very high temperature, all those good benefits tend to disappear. And you are at a higher risk of heart attacks unless you control your diet. So what do you think? Was butter ever the problem, or were we just sold a better story?